Hello, listener, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Keeping Up Appearances podcast, full of opinion, debate, and football trivia with a hint of nostalgia. I'm Callum Murray, and here with me is
Sean O'Hara,
Bob Gall, and Michael Tosh.
They say not to judge a book by its cover, but we might judge a player by their appearance. Let's get into it.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm buzzing. So excited to be on an award in a podcast.
What award did we win?
Don't know, but it's coming. But now I'm a guest. They're like, they'll start listening to it now.
Tosh is worried, you know.
Why?
Because you're on it. He reckons you'll replace him within a week.
Nah. I've just tried to do actual football chat with Bob, and he wasn't very impressed. Because my insight to yesterday's match was, 11 minutes. And we scored, we'd have won. Michael Owen style.
That is exactly what Phil said. So,
Did you tell him to save it for the pod? Because that's gold,
I
isn't
did.
it?
Well, I've already started recording, so you can put that in.
Oh, he's right.
Regular intervals.
I'm a big fan of the early part of the podcast where, it's like behind the scenes. It's amazing. General chat. Good.
Just waiting for Sean to arrive as always.
Well, to be fair, when I came on the Zoom, it was just Phil on his own with his camera on, just clearly buzzing, waiting for us three. So
I've been sat here since 5 o'clock.
Have you got notes?
Yeah, I've got 4 players listed in my notes for the celebrations. So that's my notes.
You got 4.
I could pick it. I'm free and easy. I can think of four celebrations. I'm not a minor niche. There's no Shearer. I've just thought of Shearer then.
Yeah. Are you doing that, Cal?
I think I'm doing Shearer. It was Shearer or Kale, but I thought Bob was going Kale.
I don't want to give him the attention.
Are you going to introduce me in so I can say first time, what is it? Long time listener, first time. Oh no, I've lost it. What do you always say?
Wait, whatever you do, Cal, don't introduce him because you'll say that again.
Bob must have lent Tosh's internet for this week.
I know, what's going on here?
I thought this is bad.
Oh, he's just saying he's left and he's going to rejoin. You're the host now, Cal.
Been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, I don't like you having the responsibility.
Neither do I. I didn't even know. Why am I the host?
I think it's like the next coolest person gets it.
Must be, yeah. I think you're probably right.
Sure,
fight between
who's next then? If I go, who's next?
Any better?
Yeah. Much better.
Yeah. You tried turning it off and on again?
It's exactly what I did. Dead quick.
Set then.
It's Carney, what's he going to do? Ronnie! Ronnie! Oh, yeah!
So, welcome to this week's episode of the Keeping Up Appearances podcast. We have a special guest with us, who I'll introduce in a second. He's very excited. We may or may not have Tosh with us today. He's away in Germany, so we hope he's having a good time, but he might be sending in his answers at a later point. But before we start, we will introduce a big fan of the podcast and friend of ours, Phil Devine. Phil, thanks for being with us.
Thanks. Long time listener, short time participant. Oh, no. It's gone already.
I'll try again. Where's
Keep
Sean?
it in.
Where's Sean? I'm trying to say his name.
We'll roll with it. But yeah, thanks for joining us. So before we get to our review of the big game of the weekend, which is the Liverpool-Manchester United game, we will start with Sean's highlight of the week, which is his crisp quiz. Sean, take it away.
Okay, so we're going to give it its proper name, Callum. It's not the crisp quiz. It's called Any Given Saturday.
And it's not a quiz on crisps either, so...
It's based on crisps.
Yeah, unless Ian Walker's one of the answers. That's it.
Not bad. Salt and vinegar. I told the kids that about the Saturday thing. So now every time Freddie gets a bag of crisps, he's like, Let's see what day this one is. Saturday.
Saturday.
No, Saturday.
So, our match this week is from the 13-14 season. And
I thought you were going to say the 13-40s then.
Yeah, like that Boxing Day fixture list that always goes around. The date in question is actually the 28th of December 2013, which was a young Callum Murray's 21st birthday, if I'm right.
Yeah. Callum, it's not that difficult.
Yeah,
Correct.
I mean, if I know it, Cal. Yeah, so Callum's 21st birthday. I hope that doesn't sway him at all. I hope he wasn't watching either of these two games. So, our first one is a pretty high-scoring game. It's a 3-3 draw between the West Ham and West Brom. The early kick-off on the Saturday, this was.
Is there any multi-scorers?
There was one.
One multi-scorer.
Who was the multi-scorer?
We have to guess that, don't we?
Yeah, shut up, Callum. You couldn't even remember your birthday before.
Is one an Irish striker?
No. However, I can tell you who the multi-scorer was for. One player got 2 for West Brom.
West Brom. Playing up front. Is he a striker?
Yes.
Is he English?
Nope.
Did he have a famous deadline day fiasco?
No.
Is it Victor Anichebe? No, because he's English. Is he?
Nigerian.
Does one of them look like one of our friends?
No.
Also not a forward.
No, Chris Brunt.
It's a tricky one, this.
Is he European?
Yep.
Is he French?
Yep.
Is it Nicolas Anelka?
Oh, what a shout.
It is Nicholas Anelka. Well done.
Unbelievable.
Again?
It's unbelievable. So good.
So 2 of the West Brom goals were by Nicholas Anelka. So you got 4 more scorers. I'll be honest, I don't really remember one of the West Ham scorers. So if you don't get it, I might give you a pass. You might remember him. I don't really, but I'll give you a pass.
Is the West Ham player a centre forward?
I think so.
Okay. Are they English?
2 of them are English.
Is one of England's own Mark Noble?
No. You're in the right ballpark, though, I'd say.
Is it Kevin Nolan?
It is Kevin Nolan. That's one of them.
Job on.
Bob just doesn't ask questions. He's just like a sniper, and he just comes in with the answers.
Poacher.
Was one of the other scorers for West Ham? So you said one might be a striker.
Yeah.
Was the other one? Was one a midfielder?
Yep.
A winger?
Yep.
Come on, Bob.
Was Payet there then? Was it too early? Payet's too early. It's not Payet,
I think Payet's isn't it?
I was going to say his name then. The one who I don't really remember is a striker.
Did Jay European?
No.
Is he African?
My geography's not great. He's from Mali. Where's that?
It's Africa.
Yeah, he's
Is
African.
it?
Is it Indiang?
No.
That would have been great if that would have been right.
Is it Mohamed Diani?
No.
Is it Diakite?
No. Now, why don't you go for the other players instead of the one I've said I don't know?
Yeah, but you want to go for the challenger
Is
one,
it
don't
Frederick
you?
Picquion or was he French?
He was French, wasn't he? Yeah.
Was he, yeah.
Is the other one English? Did you say
Yeah, an English winger.
the midfield English winger? Did he ever
Stuart
play for England?
Downing?
Right, it's not Stuart Downing, and he did play for England.
Is it Matt Jarvis?
No.
No.
He
I think he did play for England.
He did play.
I reckon he got a cap, yeah.
We got one.
I wouldn't have said he played for England with so much certainty if it was Matt Jarvis.
You're an amateur, Sean, so
Yeah, that is true. That's why I do the quiz.
So an English winger who played for West Ham.
is it Matthew Etherington? Is that too late?
I think he's probably at Stoke then, wasn't he?
Oh, right, okay.
Matthew Etherington played for England.
No.
Oh yeah, almost definitely not. No, I wasn't even thinking of that. This was his second spell at West Ham. Very famous for his first spell. Very famous. Phil's probably booed him once or twice.
Not a big booer anyway, so what are you saying there?
I don't think he meant so.
You're going to have to edit all this out, Sean.
Is he-
and make
he
us
play
look
for
like
Everton?
idiot.
No, he didn't play for Everton.
Play for Liverpool?
Yep.
Joe Cole?
Yep.
Oh, not a winger.
He's not. I would. Yeah, I'd say he's number 10. Like,
But to be fair,
Most famous position for England and Chelsea was on the wing. So,
but he never wanted to play there.
so
he
have
was
I got to
number
ask it? Have I got to ask
Yeah.
it first?
Yeah,
The question we asked before was, where does he want to play?
Yeah. Sorry, I'll DM them all and say, what do you identify as, a winger or a number 10?
So we need one
Let's
West
do
Brom
that.
player and one African West Ham player.
Yeah.
The West Brom
West Ham.
player, was he English?
Yeah, but in fact, I think it's one of them. I think he was English, but didn't play for England,
As in, but he played for like another country, is that what you mean?
as far as I'm aware.
I think we wasted an opportunity there not bringing up Gerard's comment that Joe Cole was 10 times better than Messi.
you brought it up now.
Yeah, wedge that in somewhere, Sean.
Is the other West Brom player a midfielder?
No,
Did he want to play in midfield?
Is it James Morrison?
no.
He's
Ah,
midfielder.
Think about West Brom strikers that I'll give you a big clue. He failed to live up to his initial promise.
Oh, Said Ben Rana. Not Ben. No, not him.
But better he, you know.
Better he, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alan,
better
you big
hero.
racist.
Yeah, it was well done.
That's a good shout.
So you're missing the West Ham player, but I can.
I was going to save it. I was going to save it. Granit Xhaka again there when you said failed to live up to his promise.
Shall I tell you the West Ham player? Sorry,
Can you give
No.
his initials?
MM.
Can you tell us him?
Mikhail Mandron or something like that.
No,
No.
absolutely not. Right, his name is Modibo Maiga.
Maiga, M-I-I-G-A.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember him distantly well now.
yeah, but you spelled his name right, so well done.
Point to me.
Yep, so there's all the scorers. Joe Cole, Nicholas Anelka, double, Maiga, Kevin Nolan, and Berahino. The next game is between Cardiff and Sunderland. 2-2.
Oh, God.
2-2. This is going to be hard, this one, you know. Three of these are gettable, I reckon.
Is he English?
Two of them are English. Oh, no, three of them are English, three of the players.
Is one of them Jermaine Defoe?
No. I'll tell you, one of the
Is one of them in prison?
I'm not going to, come on, I'm not going to bring him up, am I?
Just checking.
One of the Sunderland players, the one who got the 95th minute equaliser, also played for Newcastle.
Is it Michael Chopra?
No,
Is it? I've forgotten him now. Jack Colback.
it was Jack Colback. Yeah, well done.
Does one of them not play for England but is English?
What do you mean? That was Berahino. That was the last round.
No, but like he was a promising youngster, but he never played. But I never got a full cap.
I think so.
Connor Wickham.
That's what I call him.
Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else.
Oh, that was a good shout, though.
Yeah.
One of them. One of the Cardiff scorers started at United. I think.
Fraser Campbell.
Correct.
Good shout, Paul.
See,
He's just too good, isn't he?
I've done a pub quiz with him and he's terrible. But when it comes to random footy matches from 13, 14,
It's because you never let me answer anything, Phil. There was a music round the other week, and Vincent came on, and Phil said Simon and Garfunkel. Emma was absolutely adamant. No, it's Don McLean. Phil refused any participation. Got it wrong. Cost us the whole thing.
famously by Simon and Garfunkel. I prefer their version.
Yeah. Song of the week, everyone.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So we've got a Cardiff player left.
Yeah, a Cardiff player and a Sunderland player. The Cardiff one, a bit of a nothing fella. You might remember him when I say it. Sunderland striker. You'll get.
Is he English, the Cardiff forward?
I think so.
Is it Jay Bothroyd?
No.
He's got an England cap.
Are either of them still playing?
10 years ago.
It might be 20, mate.
No, not that I know of. Oh, one of them is, yeah.
Huh?
One of them's currently at Wrexham.
Is it the Sunderland one or the Cardiff one at Wrexham?
This is the Sunderland one. Famously from Sunderland, got a loan to France.
Oh, I know who it is. He was a big part of it. Josh Madge.
No.
Way.
Did you see the celebration?
Is that not right? Is that not right? Went on loan to France?
He went to Bordeaux, but no.
Oh, so he did go to France then?
Well, yeah, but we're not just listing that, are we?
Is it Rob Lee's son, Elliot Lee?
No.
He's gonna play for them,
This is an old guy.
and he's at Wrexham now.
Yeah, play for Scotland.
But he was at Cardiff then.
No, he's at Sunderland.
You said England before.
Wrexham's in Wales.
Oh my God!
This whole game is cut.
No.
Right.
I
Let me summarise. The Cardiff player is English. Doesn't play anymore. Midfielder. The Sunderland player is Scottish, currently at Wrexham, played in France. You'll definitely know him. Do you want his initials?
Yeah.
SF.
Stephen Fletcher.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about him going to Wrexham.
I forgot he went to France.
He went to Marseille. It was a bit of a mad move, if I remember.
Go on, then. Finish off this. Who's the English one from Cardiff then?
Jordan Much.
I think he was centre mid, you know.
I said he was.
That's what he said. Phil, start listening.
It's because I'm used to just listening and just shouting in the background. I'm not used to now the spotlight's on me.
Can I just tell you, Phil? You've had to do two things so far, and you've flat both of them. You've had an absolute nightmare.
I'm not made for this. I'm not made for this fame.
Well, that was another great Any Given Saturday by Sean. He beat us there, I think it's safe to say. I think he definitely beat us. We've had a good run of it for the last couple of weeks, but he got one over on us there. So I think we will go to review our game of the weekend. And since we have our resident Liverpool fan here with us this week, we'll head over to Phil first to get his thoughts on yesterday's not very exciting game at Anfield.
Resident means I'm staying, so that means I don't have to leave anymore. So that's good.
You've impressed?
No, I haven't. So, yeah, obviously went the game. I was saying in the pub beforehand, I thought it'd be a lot tougher than people were saying. The way United set up, they set up for a 0-0. At least to get to half time anyway. I think they did have a little go. Second half, they had a couple of chances, a couple of good chances as well. But we just didn't score. And as our friend Michael Owen would say, you don't score, you're not going to win. So it's one of them. It's disappointing, especially because City dropped points on Saturday. But we're still very much in a title hunt, I think. And so it's just go on to Arsenal now. Don't let it slip, as a famous man once said.
Do you reckon if you would have won that yesterday, then beat Arsenal, do you reckon you would have not won the league, but do you reckon it would have been pretty much yours to lose?
No, that sounds mad. No, we'd have been 12 points ahead of City though. Not like we were counting on Saturday night or anything, but we were. But we obviously didn't. We would have put up a big gap. But City, you just got to be wary of City because they're well worth. You get to March and April and they just don't drop points. You just turn into a machine. And so the rest of the league gets excited for 2 or 3 weeks because they think, City are dropping points left, right, and centre. But then once they get to March, they just turn into that machine of just churning out wins. We should have won, but yeah, don't put a chance away. Our forwards weren't good enough, really. They were a bit isolated. Nunes was offside 4 or 5 times in just frustrating situations. Just not really turned out to be the player that people thought he was. Yeah. Hopefully he proves us wrong, but I don't know.
He does look like a donkey.
Don't rate him at all.
Tosh does, doesn't he?
Yeah, like some magic though, doesn't he? I don't know. I think he's just because he's like got the makings of like a fan favourite, hasn't he? So I think that it's like a bit of like a cult hero kind of thing. But I just don't see it. I just don't think he's good enough.
I also think people like the likes of Tosh. Tosh does this a lot, where he backs rubbish players, hoping that one day they come good, and he can say, "I've always seen it." And I think that's the case with a lot of people. You know, like they'll back the horse now, hoping that at some point he'll come good, and then you've always got that like, I know more than you.
Yeah.
I understand footy better than you because I saw what Nunes could do.
Well, I just don't see it. He's like, I know this whole thing about him being chaotic and that, but I'm not sure that's like, he's not chaotic in like a good way. He just like, he doesn't like do anything at the end of it. Like, even why did he stop when he thought Diaz had won a penalty? He just kicked the ball into the back of the empty net. What's he doing stopping?
He's got flashes, and like, so you see like Newcastle away where he gets the ball, 2 touches, slots it bottom corner. I think anything where he's got any amount of time to think about what he's doing and his head goes. I haven't seen any of the coverage yesterday, but I'd be interested to see what Sturridge says, because he seems to talk quite a lot of sense about centre forwards, and I think that there's
nothing else though.
Well, he's got good dance moves, but you know, but he seems to freeze when it comes to having any time to think about things. Or as you say, that one there, he's too busy shouting for a penalty. When I don't think he would have finished it, but it would have been a threat in a moment where the goalie's out of the goal, the centre halves all over the floor. There was a chance there, but yeah, he's too busy shouting for a pen.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, but even like when he scored that Bournemouth, it was against Bournemouth, everyone was raving, "Oh, what a goal that is!" But like his first touch took about 30 yards wide. Then his first touch was terrible, so about 20 yards wide, and he brought it back in and just blasted it. I think he's got like no like composure or finesse. I think you're right, Phil. When he needs to think about it, it just like goes. He's great if he just like blasts it, but I don't think. Yeah, I just don't think he's good enough. Not for the money he spent as well, and that. Obviously, like when he signed, it was a bit of like who's going to be better, him or Haaland, like scoring goals and that. But yeah, I think Decore's outscored in this season, hasn't he?
Beto's not far off.
That is saying something if Decore's managed to outscore you. But I thought, to be fair, I thought both teams were poor yesterday, to be honest. I know you might say you probably thought you should have won, but United had 2 or 3 chances that they probably should have scored as well. That Hoyland, or whatever his name is, he should have scored his 1-on-1. He had another half chance. I think both teams had chances, but it was a severe lack of quality. I thought just overall. But yeah, there's a couple of that Mainu looked really good again though. For United, I think he's quality. Best player on the pitch when he played us. I thought he's really good again yesterday. But like a young centre mid.
Hey, at what point you've just said then, Carl, that Hoyland or whatever his name is, does he need to score before we start just accepting that we know his name?
Hoyland,
because he's rubbish, we go, whatever his name is. As soon as he starts scoring, everyone we go, Hoyland's great.
Yeah, but it's like 14 games, no goals, no assists, isn't it? In the Premier League.
So he doesn't deserve us to know his name. No.
Nah, not at all. Yeah, he doesn't look too great. He should have definitely scored that. Definitely. I know Rashford is in a bad form, but Rashford scores that. I think Rashford puts that away.
I don't know. I think you've got to take into account the goalie. Like when it comes to one-on-ones, he doesn't really seem to concede them. I don't know what like his percentage save rate is on one-on-ones, but he seems to do something a bit like Schmeichel did in the 90s, where he'd starfish at people. Like Alisson just seems to save one-on-ones. So I'm when someone's running through like that, I'm backing the goalie. But yeah, they had that chance. Apart from that, though, there wasn't much. We had set pieces. We had loads of set pieces, but we got heads on things, but nothing solid. They came for a draw. They got a draw. They seemed happy enough, like, and that's fine. Like, I've got no issue. I'm not one of them who moans and says, "Oh, teams have come and parked the bus." what happens when you're a good side. You've got to break them down, and we just didn't have the quality. Like, I know you talked about Sobersley a few weeks ago, but he's gone off the boil a bit. Obviously, there's no McAllister. There wasn't much creativity in the midfield. Elliot came on, and he just decided to have some shots because he scored the week before, which, fair enough. But it didn't work this week.
Yeah, I know there's a thing that United did park the bus, but I don't know. In the game, I just didn't think they were very good at getting it out. They're just not good enough at attacking. I don't feel like they just like camped in their box. I just don't think they were very good at sort of moving the ball. But obviously they did play for the draw. But again, I don't know. It's too easy for just to say, oh, they should just attack and roll over and let you batter them. Like it was a big point for them yesterday. They needed to not lose, and I think sometimes I feel like teams do just like roll over for Cities and Liverpools and that when they may be better off just sort of defending and just playing their own game and getting something out of it than just trying to beat City or Liverpool at their own style. But yeah, I don't know. I was disappointed in the game yesterday. To be fair, Liverpool should be able to. I know we said okay, them sitting back or whatever, but Liverpool should be able to break that United defence down. I think if Liverpool are as good as that sort of they think and are challenging for the title, I think that you should be able to break that defence down. To be honest, but
I was very surprised he didn't get a pen. There was a handball incident with Luke Shaw.
Honestly, the bitterness on this podcast every week when I listen, it's unbelievable.
But I am amazed that he didn't get it.
It just wasn't a pen. In Europe, it is, but it's not. It wasn't in the Premier League. Like
it is at Anfield.
Our penalty record at Anfield isn't amazing.
I think you didn't get one at the weekend. You've had several.
On the note of dodgy decisions, though, given what Dalot was sent off for, should Nunes have been sent off? Do you think, Phil?
Well, Dalot, I just feel like the referee just got fed up. He did the same thing twice. And the referee booked him for the first one. We couldn't really see it. I'm at the cop end, so it was down the other end. And I thought it was a straight red. So I didn't realise until about 11 o'clock last night that it was 2 yellows. I don't know. The foul was a foul with Nunes. He then did have a go. Yeah, arguably, yeah, he could have sent it.
I think it's stupid. It never happens. But I think if he's willing to do it to Dalot in one rant, Nunes done the foul, kicked the ball away, had to go at the ref, and then clap the linesman.
You never see the clapping one anymore. There was 1 year ago where they give it. They never give it anymore. It's the same with this. The flashing the yellow card. They haven't given that for all season, despite saying at the start of the year.
I don't think it should be a booking, but if they're going to do it for some, it's kind of like you've got to do it for them all. I think that's the thing. Either just get rid of the rule or do it for all of them. I think the Dalot just definitely didn't deserve to be sent off for that. It was stupid. Just give him one booking and just carry on the game. Yeah. And he was right. And Dalot was right. It was a United throw.
Can I just add though, there was some excellent time wasting by Man United yesterday. And I'm the opposite to most fans. So I love the art of time wasting. I think it's a really good skill to have in your team. And what United did yesterday was on goal kicks, they'd have a different person pretending to take the goal kick. So the goalie never really had the goal kicks. It was either Varane or Johnny Evans. Mm-hmm. And they'd just take it in turns. So the referee would be telling them to get on with it. Could never book them because, I'm telling a different person every time. And then there was one moment where the ball got cleared of field, like it was a free kick or something. Ball got cleared of field, and Onana to time waste. The referee was like, kick that ball off the pitch. And I've never seen someone do it so well. He kicked it not quite hard enough, so it just stayed on the field. Honestly, I applauded on the cop. There was fellas around me fuming, and I was like, that is unbelievable time wasting. He kept it on. He couldn't have done it any closer. It must have been half a yard just on the pitch. Beautiful. That's a beautiful game.
Got the highlights of the game.
Yeah, well, it wasn't hard.
Yeah, not a very exciting game. But from a not very exciting game to one of the most exciting games in the podcast world, shall we head over to Maroon 5?
Smooth.
You should have heard him last week, Phil. He was terrible.
So what were you trying to say?
Kept it in.
Oh, I did, yeah, actually.
Um,
Yeah, let's go. Who's chairing it? I think Bob should.
you go on, Bob. You can host.
It was your idea. It was your
I've
idea.
forgotten the list of things I said the other day.
It's in the WhatsApp.
Give me a second. Yeah, I'm just scrolling now. Talk amongst yourselves. I've just gone past should be asked Daniel Kershaw.
Yeah, he said no.
Second choice there.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, I've only been begging since the first week. Texting Sean every week about my keeping up appearances record. So it's nice to be loved.
Yeah, you'll be back for the quiz anyway.
It's going up though. You know, you've had like a famous comedian. Now you've got me.
A famous nonce.
All right, Bob, come on.
That's got to be cut.
Yeah.
that can be the cut because I've found the intro now. So we'll move on to Maroon 5 now, and as it's the season for passing around the big tub of Galaxy, Mars, Snickers, teasers, and the bounty that nobody wants, this week's Maroon 5 is going to be on the best football celebrations, and we're going to specify that it's the trademark celebrations, not the mad one-offs that we've seen quite a few times. You want to go first?
You've got to choose, Bob.
Oh, do I?
You're in charge.
Oh, of course, yeah. We'll go guest first. Phil, do you want to kick off?
I've got a little list, but so I was happy for someone else to go first in case they took one of mine. So I'm going to go with someone who's been big on Twitter this week because he was mentioned on the Wikipedia football game. Do you follow that on Twitter?
I don't. My brother sends me them every now and again, which is quite enjoyable.
Just like to link to something else, but they put a little list up of the Wikipedia stats, which would be good revision for keeping up appearances. And then you've got to guess the player from it. Now, sometimes they're dead easy, but sometimes they're hard. But this player came up last week, and it's Bafétimbi Gomis, who played for Swansea and other clubs. Obviously, his celebration was, I'm going to say it's a panther. I'm not sure quite what animal it was. A puma, yeah, or a jaguar, because they're better known as a jaguar. So Bafétimbi Gomis would score, and then he would throw himself to the ground and crawl like a four-legged feline creature, but making sure that he really pumped his fists out like he was clawing at the fans. Any grown man who's got the confidence to lash himself on the ground and make himself look that stupid once he scores, he's got my vote.
It's fair enough. It is iconic.
I also feel like that was one of like the last in the breed almost of like stupid goal celebrations, because we'll come up to it like on mine where I hate the modern trending footy of like your celebration becomes like your brand almost. You look at like Ronaldo has a new celebration every season, and you see like nerds on Twitter who go, "Oh, that's 2018 Ronaldo." You can see it from his celebration, and I'm just like, I hate how it becomes part of the brand. I love Gomis never at any point thought, you know what, I'll trademark this. I'll get T-shirts with me doing that. It was just like,
yeah.
I'll score and I'll do something stupid like I would have done when I was a kid. I just love stuff like that.
He did look absolutely terrifying when he did it as well.
He looked like he was going to claw the fans.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Top marks.
Has he ever given reason behind it, Phil? Have you done your research? Is there any like?
He's got loads of them in his. Loads of Wildcats.
No, he was a big fan of Troy Bolton and
right, okay.
And High School Musical.
And the Wildcats, yeah. Yeah, we'll take that. Good shout.
Sean, do you want to go next?
Okay, so as I've just pointed out, I actually found this Maroon 5 quite hard because, again, like trademark celebrations are actually something I don't really like in footy.
Like the game's gone kind of thing.
No, just like, I just think celebrations back in the day, like, I always think like when we were in school, you'd score on the playground and then do a celebration that you'd seen in like at the weekend. Like we mentioned the other week when we were talking about that Bolton team, Tosh mentioned Henrik Pedersen, and I always
Belly
remember.
flop.
I remember being on no, Pedersens were like this. He used to do this weird
Who
like
did
a,
the? Oh, sorry.
the person who I'll be talking about in a minute. But I actually vividly remember being in year 7 on that playground, scored a goal, which is probably why I remembered it, because they were few and far between. But I remember doing the Pedersen celebration, and it was a stupid one. But like, I love that kind of thing. And then I think about like another one I thought of was Kevin Nolan doing that chicken. Like, that was something that
That was good.
he picked up on like a lad's holiday, wasn't it? Where he went, "Hey, if you score this season, be a chicken." And he was like, "All right then."
I don't want to brag, but I've actually got Kevin Nolan's autograph on my fridge, which I found in my mum's when she was selling her house, on a dinner plate that he signed at her awards too. Got to drop that in there.
What was on the plate?
I did that out.
But there is actually a little bit on the plate. Tina's not best pleased about it, but you know, it's staying there. Famous, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of food, let's talk about a famous chef, specifically Chef Kikuchi, who is my. You having that one?
That is
Amazing.
awful.
Very
Who
good
is my nomination for Marine 5 this week? Chef Kikuchi, if you don't remember, I'm sure most people listening do. I don't remember, I don't think he did it every week. But obviously I remember in like his peak Blackburn days and like Ipswich and
He wouldn't have scored every week for a start.
sorry, I mean every goal. But he used to do the goal celebration I always wanted to do on the playground, but I was always too scared because I knew I'd hurt myself. Where he'd score and he'd just fly through the air, do a big dive. And I think it's probably half maybe inspired by your Jurgen Klinsmanns of the world. But there's something about Chef Kikuchi doing it, who I genuinely believe if he hadn't scored this celebration, I don't think anyone would remember him now. And that's what I like about celebrations when Rashford's got one and Ronaldo's got one and Jesse Lingard tried to have one. I just think when you're a good player playing for a big team, I don't care about your celebration. But when you're rubbish and the only reason we remember you is your celebration was boss, I think that's the true sign of an iconic celebration. So, Chef Kikuchi. that one's
Go on, Aaron.
I was just going to say, it's got a sh at the start of it. That's why I got confused.
I'll have to be careful now.
You say that the Pedersen one you were doing when you scored in school. I'm surprised you actually scored any, because didn't you just get your ball robbed every time you played?
Mainly, yeah. But on the odd occasion that those kids were off, I think I scored one or two.
I had to bring that up. Sorry, Sean.
It's all right, Bob.
Oh yeah, it didn't. He looked like he was going to break his neck. It wasn't like a proper dive. It was like towards
Right,
his chest.
Yeah, right onto his chest. Yeah, that's why I was always too scared to do it.
Well, yeah, on concrete as well. You know, it would have been game over.
Yeah, especially not worth it as well when I've scored and my ball's on the field and I'm never getting it back. Definitely not worth it. Anyone else?
I'll go next. When you were mentioning rubbish players having iconic celebrations, I was tempted to change mine and say Tim Cahill, because that's the only memorable thing about him.
So wrong.
But I'm going to go for a true Everton icon, the dearly missed Richarlison, for his, and because it's kind of topical, because he's now banking them in just before we play Tottenham, which is very convenient. I'm going to go for his pigeon dance. I think it's referred to as, and there's some great cringe content online of a family of Everton fans replicating that. So stick that clip in somewhere, sure.
Hey, one day, next time we meet up, can we recreate that, please? That'd be great.
Go on, Ricky lad.
Go on, Ricky.
Richie.
You should automatically lose because of that video.
Or automatically win.
And
It is absolutely awful, but great at the same time, isn't it?
One of the young lads is far too into it. He's like, you can see him counting himself in. Like, he's terrible. The old fella at the back, he's all right. He's sound.
Yeah, but it's terrible and great in equal measure. So I'll go for a Charlton celebration. Another one that came into my head, or Emma triggered it in my head when I was talking about what we were going to talk about Shed Wide, and I mentioned Iwobi because I just did that at all times when something good happened.
Has he got one?
That was a one-off,
that-
wasn't it?
Yeah. He just no, it wasn't. He does that all the time.
Was that a one-off?
Do you?
It's also iconic,
Wasn't a
everyone,
one-off?
because I did it on Soccer AM.
Yeah.
I am
You were my pick.
my celebration when I skied it in the John Arisa.
Some of the comments on that was so good.
Every
You
so
should
often I
post
go for
those.
them just for a laugh.
You should post those on the RX
I
page.
should actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
The nonce Olympics was the best one. Yeah, I will. I'll fish them out and I'll post them.
Yeah, so I'm going for our beloved Richarlison.
I like it. It was a good celebration, that. Good, really good celebration. Fun, wasn't it? And I think, again, it was one that probably loads of kids probably did of a
I was going to
weekend
say
and
that.
playing and on the yard and stuff, or like for the grassroots teams, probably something that they love to do. And I think as well, it's Everton. I don't think I've had many sort of trademark celebrations. So like obviously when we were growing up, probably was Kale, and around that time kids will have went and punched the corner flags, Yakubu and things like that. But they probably haven't had any over the last few years. So I think
Because you haven't scored many goals.
Probably true, but I think it's quite nice that like kids like Evertonians have got being able to do that when they scored the weekend. I think Bob's forgot something or.
No, I've just remembered what I'm doing for the iconic one-off celebration. Carry on.
All right, okay.
But not that that's booked in anytime soon, but okay.
Yeah, come on, Bob, play the game.
Get me back on for that one because I'll win it.
Nah, you're all right.
Oh God.
Good celebration, and yeah, hopefully we don't see it this weekend.
I've jinxed it, haven't I?
Probably.
It's just one of them, mate. As Big Ange would say.
Go on, do your Australian accent, Phil.
That was it.
That wasn't bad, I don't know. Just the softly spoken.
That was awful.
One of them, mate.
Better. That was better.
Cut it in.
So moving on to Callum then.
Cool. So I have gone with one not so recent, but one that probably we saw the most of than any other celebration in the Premiership. I've gone with Shearer's iconic one hand in the air celebration, which I think is
the Nazi salute.
Are you trying your best to get us cancelled, Bob?
Yeah, yep. The Wayne Hennessy special.
Yeah, so I've gone with Shearer's hand in the air. I think if we're talking about ones that you probably enjoy doing when you scored, I think once you've hit a sweet volley as a kid, you've wheeled away with your hand in the air doing the Shearer. I think it's just
because he's never scored the sweet volley.
Yeah, he never struck a sweet volley. So yeah, I think that's a real sort of iconic trademark celebration. No airs or graces about it, not too fancy, just wheeled away with your hand in the air. So yeah, that's my shout for the trademark celebration. I think it's just it is very, very, very iconic. His trademark, you think of Shearer, you think of that celebration on it, and that celebration is known as the Shearer. The other one is the pigeon, not the Richarlison.
Yeah, but Richarlison is like nicknamed the pigeon, isn't he? So that's
is he?
Yeah, Pombo.
Right, what came first, the nickname or the celebration? The pigeon or the egg?
That's it.
Yeah, so I'm going with the Shearer as my trademark celebration.
Can we give some honourable mentions to some I had written down?
We can, but and then we'll come back to Callum always doing the most boring one. But go on.
Well, yeah, obviously, we'll guess that. Lamana Luar doing absolutely loads of flips.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. He scored against us, and I think it was like December 2004, and he did loads of flips at the Anfield Road end, and it was unbelievable. Benjani, you mentioned him last week. I used to do his celebration on the schoolyard, I've got to be honest with you. when we were playing.
Yeah, but that's because you were telling everyone off and grassing them off to the teachers. That's right.
I think Tosh mention his?
Yeah, it was last week. And then Stavak, can you remember him for Fulham?
Bakundo
Fulham
Sava,
He
yeah.
was brought up.
I put him in the
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
Yeah, you put it in the WhatsApp. Yeah,
Mass, didn't he? That mass must have stunk. It was in his shinnies.
I know. And he barely ever wore it as well. He only wore it about 5 times.
But yeah, I remember him. I can't think that day with the 4 that came to my head.
I think, like, obviously, I was going like Kale was going to be the other shot. I know Bob sort of slandered him, but Kale's one was great. That is a great celebration.
It was a great celebration. But then he modified it one time, didn't he, to salute his brother who was in prison. So
yeah, well, free his brother. But he did.
Let's find out what he went out for first.
Yeah, when when you see like photos of that, I think it just looks unbelievable. When you see photos of that celebration, Mikhail punching the flag, it looks great. You see like the crowd behind. I think that's really good. Mikhail's definitely up there.
My other one was Ravanelli, at Middlesbrough, when he used to put the shirt over his head. Yeah, which was like classic Sunday League when you were a kid, wasn't it? Just that the excitement just gets to you. And you just whip that shirt over your head. Quality.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Risa. Phil, wasn't his shirt over there and sliding? Was that a trademark? Was that more like one-off?
He only scored about 7 goals. So yeah,
they were all screamers.
Yeah, well, in scoring that free kick against Man United was the worst thing that ever happened because that meant that every free kick we got, he took it and then he either blasted it directly into the wall or into Rose's head.
Or into Alan Smith.
Scored. Well, that was Alan Smith's fault. But that's another story.
Who are your other trademarks on, Sean?
Well, I had one, but I don't know if it was a trademark. It was a favourite of mine when I was a kid. But again, Phil will probably help me. I don't think he did it very often, but I used to like Esky's DJ.
That was very good, yeah. Underrated.
I think that was a trademark.
It was, wasn't it?
Famous misconception was that he did it against Germany in the 5-1.
He did the golf, didn't he?
Did the golf, but for that one, yeah. But I think he did for Liverpool. He did do the little DJ, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, Robbie Keane's one as well.
Well, we were gonna come on to that because that's Tosh's pick.
Ah, right, okay.
Tosh is going to be part of Maroon 5 this week, even though he's not here, and his pick was Robbie Keane's cartwheel gun celebration. But yeah, my main memory of Robbie Keane's was 2002 World Cup. That was when it was peak for me. Do you know when that? I always liked that Ireland team. They were always my Pro Evo team. I always remember they had Damien Duff, Mark Kinsella, Matt Holland, Niall Quinn, Roy Keane, just like a proper boss team. And then didn't Ireland draw with Germany or something in 2002 World Cup?
I think they beat them last minute. If it was a draw, it was definitely last minute. He scored.
Yeah, I think they might have drawn, but again, Tosh would have known. And then, yeah, I always remember that's my main memories because that was when I quite liked Ireland then, and that World Cup was just boss. So Robbie Keane's always got a little place in my heart, but not as much as Chef Kikuchi.
I don't know whether he did it when he came to Liverpool. Again, he didn't score many goals for Liverpool. I don't know whether he changed the celebration.
Probably a bit old by then. His knees were probably knackered.
Yeah. I think he was over 28, but yeah.
I couldn't do it at 28.
Phil can't do it either, so... Go on, Bob, wrap it up. Or do you want me to do it?
I can't actually remember what everyone said now.
Tosh writes it down.
I was busy Googling what Tim Cale's brother was in prison for. That wraps up Maroon 5 on iconic goal celebrations. We've had Chef Kikuchi, suggested by Sean, Baffertimby Gomez, for Phil. Callum had the obvious Alan Shearer salute, and I went Carlos pigeon dance. And as a reference, bounty that nobody wants in the celebrations box, the bounty of this week is Tim Cale.
Right, shall we move on then to picking this week's game? Now, as always, We haven't actually picked 3 games because I'm working with amateurs. So, should we let Phil pick the 3 games?
Let's do it.
Guest picks.
That's a nice idea.
So, if you
I
want to
reckon
go
that's
on,
a good. I reckon that's a good rule moving forward.
I do. So, Phil, if you get this week's fixtures up, choose 3 games. And I'll whack them in the wheel.
Well, what an honour. Aston Villa, Sheffield United, West Ham, Man United. Have you done Spurs a lot? Oh, you know,
I reckon we do it. I reckon we do a smaller game.
Forest, Bournemouth.
It's too small.
Nah, that's what we want.
It's just right.
Okay, the 3 games are in. So thanks to Phil, we've got Aston Villa, Sheffield United, West Ham against Man United, and Forest against Bournemouth. Let's spin the wheel.
Oh, Phil.
Forest, Bournemouth, everyone.
Cheers, Phil. We haven't had Notts Forest in a while, to be fair.
No, you haven't been able to talk about them for a while, have you, Bob?
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I'm just going to stop the podcast there to tell you that this episode was actually recorded the day before Steve Cooper was sacked. So it's kind of done us over a little bit. So enjoy this very out-of-date content. Cheers. So, anyone got any thoughts on how this game's going to go?
Has Steve Cooper not been sacked yet?
Nah.
There was loads to talk about 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? After they got battered by Fulham. They've not, still not sacked him. That'd be a nice Christmas present, wouldn't it? Getting sacked on the 23rd of December.
You're not a fan, Phil, no?
Oh, no, I don't mind him, but, you know.
You sound like you hate him.
No, I think he's all right.
He's the biggest moaner in the league after Klopp. He just moans about everything. He's such a whinger. But I think I'd whinge if I looked like that. So
they've got a good champ for him as well. I quite like. Yeah. I can't think what it is now, but it is good. It's catchy.
Must be good.
Yeah. No, it is. You hear it in the background sometimes, don't you? Yeah, so Forest haven't been that good. Bournemouth got a good turnaround, haven't they?
Yeah, to be fair, I think I'd let Bournemouth win that. I'd let Bournemouth win that, keep Forest down there. I don't think we're going to be down there or thereabouts anyway, to be honest, come the end of it. But yeah, I think on the face of it, Bournemouth probably win. Yeah, Cooper's obviously time's just numbered, isn't it? I do think he's a good manager, though, to be fair. I actually do quite like him. I just think it was, I don't know who runs it there, but I think he's probably, it's hard to manage a squad with that many players and just so many new players and people coming in, isn't it? I just think he probably struggled with that. And it's a bit like, what do we expect? Where the Notts Forest owners, fans expect them to be? What are their expectations? Should they be mid-table or what? I don't know. Is it that bad if they just survive? I think for the moment, I'm not too sure.
True.
But
that always happens though with teams when they get promoted. They always want that little more. When realistically, they're a bottom third side. They should be finishing 12th and below. It happens with Palace. Palace got rid of Hodgson, didn't he? Got Vieira in. Oh yeah, we want to play new football, and then realise actually, just go back to Hodgson and have nice safe 1 win in 3, and we'll easily stay in the league.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think both teams will be fine anyway, to be honest. I think the bottom 3 as it is now are probably the ones that are going, but we'd like to think it's going to be an exciting game, but probably not. Any thoughts on Notts Forest, Bob?
Well, we thought United Liverpool would be an exciting game, and look what happened there. I'd be perfectly happy with a ball 0-0, really, just because of the position we're in, even though we're on a roll at the moment. I think days numbered for Steve Cooper at Notts Forest. With the form Bournemouth are in, I can see a Bournemouth win, really.
That looks like last on match of the day to me. That'll be the game. That'll be the game where you go, oh, match of the day's finished, and you go to turn off and go, oh, we were also at the City ground today, and you just go, just go to bed anyway.
Yeah,
you're right. Predictions?
0-0.
Oh, you took that one.
Good.
I'll go 1-0 Bournemouth.
Okay. I doing a bit of research as I have last minute. I didn't realise they were unbeaten as far as they are. Unbeaten since they got beat by City. Yeah, Bournemouth are unbeaten since start of November, which is why I can't see anything but a Bournemouth win. So I'll go, you know what? 2-0. I can't see Forest scoring. Solanke playing well. I reckon he'll slot 2-0.
Well, I was going to go 2-0, so I'll go 3-0 with a Solanke hat-trick. Why not?
So we've got 0-0, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0.
That's
No
nice.
one's back in Forest, are they?
No.
Steve Cooper,
No,
sacked
no
for
one's
Christmas.
back and not Forest.
Can I
Yeah.
just say, while you were all chatting about like the owners and stuff, I was YouTubing the Steve Cooper song. It's absolutely awful.
I didn't say it was good, but it's catchy.
You did?
You did actually say, I think you literally said it's quite a good chant.
Song of the week between that and Vincent.
Yeah.
Vincent a tune. Simon and Garfunkel could have gone with that one.
Right. Should we get the number then? So yeah, as always, our numbers are in. So between 50 and 450. I don't even know if I want it to be high or low. Yeah, preferably low, so I can pick someone fairly recent. And our number this week is 339.
Wow.
Football now, innit?
Thanks for that, Sean.
Not me, it's the random wheel. Do you know what I was going to do this week? And I half needed Tosh for it. Because, yeah, you'll see why in a minute. To tie in with the start of the dart, I was going to get our random number by, like, throwing dart to the dartboard and seeing what we get. Maybe adding them together.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Good
but
shot,
we'll do that next week when Tosh is back. And then
So what?
So it's not
How
just
many
zero.
darts? How many darts are you giving yourself?
we'll do 9 each.
9 each.
But we could
So
even
what
do an average because I'll be low, Tosh will be quite high. So the average between the two.
Song of the week.
In honor of Baby Griffin,
Yeah.
listen to Vincent by Simon and Garfunkel / Don McLean.
Don McLean, if you're not an idiot.
/ James Blake, which Griffin will enjoy.
We don't want him to enjoy it.
Baby Griffin.
All right, fair
Is
enough.
his kid called Vincent?
Yeah, after the song.
No, Garfunkel.
Simon after Mr. Irwin.
We should get some Manic Street Teachers tracks loaded up, shouldn't we? For Song of the Week.
Lord, I lift your name on high. Absolute banger.
That is a banger, to be fair. Right, let's get thinking. What were you going to say then, Carl?
I was going to say, what was Kale's brother in Thing 4? I didn't end up watching it. I mean, reading it.
He battered somebody who left them partially blind.
What did the other person do?
That's
Went
not
partially
the question.
blind.
That's not the question.
What?
You shouldn't be like, what did the other person do is not the question. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. Just these
Oh, well, something
Tim
must
Cale
happen.
fanboys.
Can I get the picture? Tosh made the suggestion in the picture we should all be doing it. Carl, you're not allowed, unfortunately. Come on. Bob, you'll have to go side on and I'll have to be like that. Ready? Come on. Come on, Bob.
You've not got it right, Sean.
I need to hold on to the camera. I can't do it.
All right, okay. What did Callum do?
Safe, that's safe. My hand's definitely up. That's safe.
Yeah, it looks like you're calling
He's
the books.
pointing over to someone with the camera, isn't he? Or covering his mouth because that's how he talks when he's a goalie.
I'm not paying for Callum's training to become less of a fascist.
Like getting on Joey Barton's podcast there, Cal.
Both height heads.
He's
can go
really
to-
gone for it this
You
week.
can do, yeah. You can go, Joey Barton can go around to Cal's for tea.
Wearing his cap.
Get his brother with you as well.
Yeah,
Make sure his brothers are getting any fights along the way.
yeah, there's a terrible thing to say that. Wow. Can't believe he thought it was like a reasonable thing to say.
And he's tried to justify it after saying, listen to the whole thing in podcast, in context. And in what context is that okay?
Yeah.
And also, you don't want to listen to Joey Barton for an hour and a half, do you?
Yeah, but it worked though, didn't it? I bet loads of people listened.
Only morons like Callum.
I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to it.
Got it saved for next week in the gym, haven't you?
I don't know who said. I've seen someone said they listened to the audio book or something of his autobiography. But it's true, and he's talking about that what happened with his brother, and like he's saying it, yeah, in prison for murdering someone. And then he said, but he's got a wand of a left foot or something like that. It's like how we like
that is the kind of thing you'd say. I've not actually thought of a player yet.
Yeah, I think Guess should go first.
I've got two. I just think it's two Bournemouth players who I've just think have been there for ages.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means they've been like enough. I don't know, but it's just a gamble. So if you want to go first, Phil, I'll go second.
Just to let you know, Phil's well, the last guess won.
Yes.
Who was it the last?
Hutchie.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
You yeah, I've been really good twice, but there were two Liverpool players, so yeah, it was not so good.
Oh yeah, you only text me when you come close, don't you?
Oh yeah. I've been two out twice though. So. You got a big
I've been 200 out twice. I'm ready when you are, by the way.
Yeah, go on. I've got two. I reckon Phil's probably got. By the sounds of it, Phil's got one of them. I'll just go the other.
I could have two. Like I'd just name another Bournemouth player that I think came up with them.
You go first, Phil.
Are we introing it or no?
No, we normally just go straight in.
So yeah, I think you've got to go with someone who came up with one of these teams who's played in the Championship for them for a couple of years. So complete pie in the sky guess. I've gone for Simon Francis, the most Championship sounding player in the world.
Thanks for that, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. But yeah, I mean, I've no idea. That'll be close or not. Bob, did you have another one to guess?
No,
because that wasn't one of my two. So do you want to?
All right. No, I have. Let me have a think. You go next, Cal.
Okay. I won't be able to speak about the other two yet, but I couldn't think of any Forest players. No idea on that. Two Bournemouth players, I think. I don't know if they're both still there. Possibly both still there, maybe not. Again, like Phil said, someone who came up in the Championship, I think, and just seems to have been there since then. I'm going to go with Adam Smith. Is he still there? I think he might still be.
Isn't he on the five?
I won't say who my second one is, but I'll tell you if no one else picks him.
Who've you said so far?
Adam Smith and Simon Francis.
I did want to go for a Notts Forest player, but my mind's gone blank, so I'm just going to go for someone similar for Bournemouth in that era and say Charlie Daniels, the left back.
Yeah, could be a shout out. Similar vein to ours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I can't actually picture any of your players.
They all look exactly the same.
That's what I mean. Yeah. They're all like stock photos, aren't they?
Yeah. They're like little footy manager regens.
Yeah. Right. I've actually gone against the green, and I've actually gone Forest, but I've gone old Forest. So like, I went to think about when they were in like the Premier League in the 90s, and I listed 4 players who played for them. And then I've gone even further back to when they won the European Cup, and I've listed the player who played for them then. Are we allowed to go that far back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your retro one look like my dad?
He does.
Get in.
However, I don't know how long he was there, but he's an icon, isn't he?
A long time, I think.
Yeah, he's a Forest icon. So I had Kevin Campbell, but I don't think he was there that long. I had Pierre Van Hooijdonk. Again, I don't think
No chance.
he was there that long, and he was also on strike for most of it. I had Steve Stone, who
Good Everton link.
what was, and I also had Des Walker. He was the one I was thinking of, Des Walker or Martin O'Neill. But I know that Des Walker was at Chef Wed. So go ahead. I'll go Martin O'Neill under Bob's tutelage. Let's go.
Seems though no one else said him. My other guess was to think of Steve Cook. Adam Smith and Steve Cook, just they were the two.
Same player again.
Yeah, they're just the only two ball players I think of. We've been there for like a long time.
Are you checking, Phil? Yeah.
Yeah, who did you go for?
Martin O'Neill.
That's a mad shout, that, John, if that's close.
I only knew those 5 Forest players. That was it. I was trying to think of who their keeper was in the 90s, but I couldn't think.
Dingy played
Not
for them.
famous
Shilton
one,
played for them.
Who did?
Shilton played for them.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah. He'll have well more than that, though.
Yeah.
He was there right the way through, because he was there when he beat us in the European Cup in the first round in 78, 79.
Oh.
Knowledge, Phil. He's clawing his way back to taking Tosh's place here, isn't he?
I know, yeah.
Oh,
not even talks about
specific knowledge. Like, I didn't want to mention it earlier, but that 13-14 game we played, the next day we played Chelsea, and I want to say we got beat 2-0 or 2-1. Sammy Eto'o scored. Looked like an old man because Mourinho made a comment about him being an old man. So yeah, I've got very specific knowledge.
Correct, 2-1.
Yeah, I think we had a chance. I think Suarez scored an equaliser. Eto'o should have got sent off as well, but another story.
Have you got the answers or what, Phil?
I've got 3 of them. Sorry, I'm not Tosh. I can't even remember who I said.
You're probably faster than Tosh.
Who did I say? I've got 3 of them.
Who did you say down? Francis,
Daniels,
was it?
Simon Francis.
Simon Francis, yeah. Sounds like a Lib Dem MP.
Charlie Daniels sounds like a Tory MP then.
I actually hope you win this, Sean, for the Martin O'Neill shout. I didn't even know you played.
So what was the target?
339. Sean, if you win, do you want a picture of my dad to post on the X?
Please, if you don't mind, yeah. Do you know what? Can I have one anyway?
Yeah, sure.
Nice one.
Of course. In fact, it's a draw.
It's a draw.
It's a draw.
No way.
Both the same number.
No, one higher, one lower.
Right.
So
Wow.
if we're going on the Price is Right rules, lower wins, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you
you
want
want
to
to
over Price is Right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well, you can just say you can just have joint top, can't you?
Correct.
Yeah, it's a draw. It's amazing,
Wow.
the chances.
Go on then. Do you want to do the results, Phil?
Oh, wow. Well, I have to put an order, don't I?
Can you put your headphones near your mouth just so it's dead clear?
I can just take my headphones off if you want. I thought the headphones were the best shout.
No, just to me. I just want the results to be dead clear.
Right, how's that? Is that better?
That's well better, yeah.
All right. Oh, wait there. I just want to check one of them because one of them is miles off. And I don't like
That'll be me.
Yeah, Martin O'Neill did not play many games of footy, you know. Oh, do you know what?
Are you looking at management or something?
No.
Is that for Notts Forest or Nottingham Forest?
That's a good point.
Martin, well, why don't we go on like a Notts Forest website? Like that'll be listed somewhere, won't it? Nottingham Forest FC when he was appointed, which included 371 appearances, which will put him closer.
So should we go with that?
Yeah.
You want, yeah. Whoever wins got to do the celebration, by the way.
I'll send you a video of it later. I feel like we've got to check them all now, but are we not checking them all?
No, just if
No.
trademark says the
Phil,
other
get a
one.
move on. I need to have me tea.
And also do I. My wife will be shouting at me. Right, so very tightly... oh, God, no, my head's gone. Right, so a very tight contest this week. Obviously, two teams that we don't know so well, Bournemouth and Notts Forest. So we've got a joint winner this week, which is exciting. It's a first for the podcast. How exciting. So in fourth place with 265 appearances, so 74 off. That's Charlie Daniels.
All right.
Unlucky. In third place with a contested 371 appearances, 32 off. That's Martin O'Neill. So that was Sean Shout. In joint first place, that puts me and Cal. Adam Smith got 354 appearances, so 15 off. And Simon Francis got 324 appearances, so 15 off as well. So
Right.
1 week, 1 win. He came to do what did what he came here to do.
He could have just said he came, he saw, he conquered. That would have been better.
No. Oh well. But yeah, all the best guests come on and win. What can I say?
It's time again to have a look at our league table, and after 20 games played, it's very tight at the top. In top spot, we've still got Bob. He's on 53 points. Tosh's absence has allowed Callum to catch him up. They are tied on 50 points in second and third place. Sean is in fourth place on 40 points, and a new addition to our leaderboard is our guests, who together have amassed 12 points, which is quite good going, really.
So thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Keeping Up Appearances podcast. It was great to have Phil with us as a guest for the first time. Again, we have had a guest
And last.
win Keeping Up Appearances. After Hutchie did it a few weeks back, Phil has done it this week, so well done to him for that. We look forward to maybe having him on again soon. There was another great Maroon 5 as well, and lots of other good content. So yeah, please share all our content on X if you can and get involved with us there. Please vote on Maroon 5 for this week. Maybe even comment some other favourites of yours, and we'll see you next week. Have a good Christmas.
Do you know what? Actually, sorry, we didn't actually mention who won Maroon 5 this week.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You didn't mention it.
And it was Boca, which I personally think is nonsense, considering it was just obvious. And also, what's done my head in is Callum picked it. Have you ever pictured anyone less suited to a Boca game than Callum?
Yeah, but I'll just enjoy it, mate.
No, you wouldn't. You'd absolutely hate
I'll
it.
take my drums.
I'd hate it just like you, but just
Like when people watch the Copa Libertadores final and find out that South American footy is quite boring.
Yeah, exactly. But they pretend. So yeah, well played, Callum, for the obvious one. And
Thank
all
you.
you sheep. Well done, all you sheep.
Thank you.
No one picked
Thank you.
Alex Stanley in the first round of the Capital One Cup now.
Nah, just us. Like, Gwed.
Are you going to put Maroon 5 in? You're just going to do your own little bit
What?
to say the winner? Are you going to put your own
No,
little...
I'll just leave that.
All right, okay.
I'm not doing extra work. No chance.
Carry that lot.